So it's a very good question. Of course, they have the myth in common. That's why we built this program. And they have the orientalism in common. They all were attracted from Orient. They give a lot of orientalism of Salome to the oboe, for example. So all the pieces bring this sensuality, this moving and choreographic dance to the oboe. But they differ also because there's not the same nationalities. If you have a Strauss, which is really the end of Austria, and if you have Massenet, it's completely different. And especially in Massenet, it's a point of view of Hérodiade. So it's a different point of view. Also, the ballet music is much more simple, less dramatic. So we have a link in this program, but we have a lot of varieties and nuances. Yes, you're right. It's a big responsibility, it's a big honor, and I'm thrilled, more than thrilled, to bring this new music in Palermo. And in the same time, it's our life, it's our job, because if the music is only on paper, black and white, it's not the music. The sounds are always a new sound, there's always a lively, and of course, for example, May Bonis was completely unknown, and since 10 years she has been a lot played, and now in every orchestra in Europe. So it's a beautiful orchestration, so it's in one way logical. And for Florent Schmidt, the orchestration, it's beautiful. The orchestra discovered, and I've heard from some musicians going to me, oh, it's a nice piece. It's a responsibility, but in one way, it's also our purpose, our mission to give this life to the music, and I'm very happy and honored. This program is very narrative, and for example, Strauss, of course, he composed Salome opera, but he composed this dance after the opera, but he had always a program in his head. Even in poem symphonique, he was always with a narrative purpose. In the other, for Melbonis, I don't know exactly, because these pieces were for piano at the beginning, but of course for us as musician and as conductor, we always have an intention, a voice somehow. And for example, in Florent Schmidt, when the oboe is alone, it could be also with a voice. So it's in the limit of opera, of symphonic poems, of ballet, and it's a lot of images, representations. I think this music is very narrative, as you say, and we try to find also the story and the myth, even though the music is more than words, it's behind the words. I like this orchestra because they are very enthusiastic to discover, and the quality of the winds is very important in this kind of music. As you know, in French music, like in Debussy, they are very exposed. I spoke about the oboe, but I could speak about clarinet, about horn, trumpet, and my first feeling for these 2 first days is that very engaged in this soloist part. Plus, in the strings, which is not so soloist in that music, we have this lyrical opera tradition, and you can feel that in Strauss, Salome, they already played it, or even in Massenet, that it's like an instinct, it's in your blood, in their blood, you know. So for me, it's a real pleasure. The main challenge, actually, I must say, is to organize them, that they play together, because I feel a lot of beautiful energy and identity, but the challenge is that they come together without tensions or aggressivity, but more, and I'm sure I'm sure that we will in the end, and it's a very excited project to make this orchestra full of energy, full of blood, but to be in one line and one direction.